How's it going, guys? Manga Hall, here it is. First volume up, Dark Horse. That is Emanon, Volume 1, Memories of Emanon by Kenji Suruta and Shinji Kajio. And it's kind of weird that it's Volume 1 because Memories of Emanon is a single volume, I think. And then it turns into Wandering Emanon. So I don't know what Dark Horse is doing. Throw it all together, lump it with the same thing. But Memories of Emanon, stands on its own. It is just about this young guy that meets this girl, and they share some memories. It was a great read. It's one of those, simple stories that just wants to make you think a little too hard at times, but great stuff if you're into Suruta's work. It is kind of different from Wandering Island in a way. I don't know, it just feels different. And I move on to Mobile Suit Gundam Thunderbolt. This is volume 11 by Yasuo Otagaki. It is more Thunderbolt. Most of the story is about what's his name, Daryl, and getting back into the Psycho Saku, and he's headed to see the shoujo or whatever the guy is, and that was the whole part of the story. There's a great battle in the beginning. Daryl just decimates a bunch of his own people. Spoilers. And that really shows you what Daryl's his mindset. He's basically turning into another eel. I'm excited to see the duel between them, but I'm not excited about the whole shoujo Liwanfu and the Nanyang and all that stuff. And I just don't really care for it. And spoilers again, the whole objective of the shoujo is to eliminate Anaheim Electronics. They see Anaheim Electronics as this big sort of antichrist. Kind of ridiculous if you just think about it a bit, but I don't know. Somehow he thinks Anaheim Electronics is the cause of everything bad in the universe. We got 2 volumes of The Flowers of Evil, complete, by Shuzo Oshimi, volume 1 and 2. The complete editions. I'm like halfway through the first volume, and I have to say it's very interesting. I was familiar with the series from the anime. It's cool to finally read it. It does feel very different. The art isn't as top notch as I would like it. At least it isn't comparable to Happiness. So I'm hoping it gets better towards the end. Nonetheless, if you're into the whole psychological dramas, it is up there. It's pretty cool. I move on. This is a new series that for some reason I'm not sure why I picked up, but I was reading into it. I probably shouldn't have picked it up. Go with the Clouds North by Northwest by Aki Irie. I think Irie has some other series out at the same time. I'm not sure. It is what I thought was going to be a straight up detective story about this young guy doing odd jobs, finding lost pets, and then having to look for his younger brother, who is the big part of the story is him having to find his younger brother because something happened. But then we get these weird twists in the story where he can talk to cars or other electronic items. I'm not sure. It just felt kind of weird, Here I am expecting a hard-boiled detective story, and I get this weird fantasy elements that I just didn't expect. I don't know. I might pick up volume 2 to go with the Clouds. Maybe I won't. I don't know. I move on to some 7 Seas. I have Get a Robo Devolution, The Last 3 Minutes of the Universe, volume 3 by H. Shimizu and Tomohiro Shimaguchi, inspired by, of course, Go Nagai and Ken Ishikawa's original story. And it's more alternative Getter Robo stuff, the whole other dimension, and this is different from that dimension, but we're still the same. We're still piloting a giant robot. And, so it's cool if you're into giant robots beating up giant robots, but then you get that other subplot of all these dimensions and all these same characters doing different stuff, but still going towards the same goal. I don't know if that explains it. Then I got Wonderland Volume 2 by Yugo Ishikawa. Great horror, post-apocalyptic, bizarre story about people getting turned into little people and having to deal with all the weird stuff that happens to them, like getting eaten by crows and rats, and and then of course you have that girl here named Alice, and you get her whole story about something much deeper than you would think. Very hard sci-fi. It's a lot of fun if you're into that sort of weird science fiction stuff. And I really enjoyed how they explained the whole thing about the guys in the mall that were kind of going a little Mad Max crazy. Had a real cool explanation. Those were all the mangas I picked up in English. Let me show you a couple more that I picked up in Spanish, and you could probably guess what the first one is going to be, because I did pick up volume 1 and 2 in my last haul. I went ahead and picked up 3 through 6, 3, 4, 5, and 6 volumes of The Legend of Mother Sara, Katsuhiro Otomo, Takumi Nagayasu, and their epic adventure of the legend of this mother looking for her children. And yeah, what more can you say about it? That's pretty much what it is. Each volume, from what I've seen, is essentially a different town they're going to. Nagayasu's art is great. I just started volume 3, and you know, even just the beginning, great storytelling. The page layouts were fantastic. No dialogue at all. You could just read the story through the art. And you got this great splash page of Sara there, on top of that tank thing. The way I want to read manga is the way The Legend of Mother Sara is written. You know, just great art. Sure, you get points where there's a good amount of dialogue, but the whole story can basically be read through the art. And if you read Akira, it's very similar. Both stories are created very similarly. I would say I do enjoy The Legend of Mother Sara more because you get a more vast expanse of the world just by looking through the art, you know, at the whole world. Where in Akira, it was felt kind of claustrophobic because you were just in Neo Tokyo and that was the only thing you saw. Sadly, Dark Horse ended up dropping the series a long time ago. And I move on to the final volume. This is kind of a milestone in my collecting titles in Spanish. It was the reason I actually started looking for Spanish volumes. Shigurui, volume 15 by Takayuki Yamaguchi. Final volume. It's been who knows how long. I think it's been maybe 3 years or 4. I don't remember when I started picking up Shigurui, but it's great that Ivrea finally published the 15th volume. I think they kept pushing it back for some reason. I don't know. But, you know, great cover. You got the tiger and the dragon, Genosuke and Hirako. And we're going to finally see the conclusion to the series. Great samurai drama, very brutal story, There's a lot of grit to it, which I think is one of the main driving points of it. But there you go. That was my manga haul for these past couple months. I don't even remember what months they are anymore, but hope you enjoyed the haul. Hope you stuck around to the end. It might be a little long. I'll try and trim this up. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.